Stick with me as I uncover an enormous lollipop weighing in at a scale-tipping 5 pounds.
So do you think this is enough lollipop for you?
That's more than enough.
Hammond's Candies in Denver, Colorado has been making classic confections like ribbon candy, taffy, and specialty lollipops for generations. But now, their pops are making history. The Lolly Legends are building the world heavyweight champion of confections on a stick. A single lollipop that tips the scales at 5 pounds.
So do you think this is enough lollipop for you?
That's more than enough.
How long would it take you to finish this lollipop?
Days.
Days, at least. The cool thing about Hammond's is that the flavors are anything but traditional. Pear and birthday cake pops are on the menu, as well as pumpkin shape, pumpkin spice, and dozens of other flavors. What flavor do you have?
I have pear. This is a very unique fruity flavor, just like cutting open a regular pear.
Hammond's has even replaced plastic drink straws with edible drink sticks. So you can add a little bit of chai flavor to your cocoa or sour apple to a cocktail, and then you can actually sip right through the drink stick.
The man in charge of these twisted flavors, Hammond's president, Andrew Schumann.
So, Adam, this is our original sign from the first Hammond store. It dates back to 1920.
Not a replica, the actual sign.
That is the actual sign.
So you've been making candy this way for 90 years.
And we still make it by hand.
You've got some pretty out there flavors.
One of our newest flavors is birthday cake.
Birthday cake as a hard candy.
To unravel the recipe for making a 5-pound birthday cake lolly, I'm getting a lesson in pop culture from Cammie Stucker.
We're gonna put in 44 pounds of sugar into this one batch of a giant lollipop. This is beet sugar. We use it specifically for our hard candy because it creates a better shine.
And how many of the 5-pound lollipops are we gonna make?
We're gonna make about 10 to 15 out of this giant batch. The same size batch, we can get up to about 850 lollipops.
We're gonna make 15 lollipops out of a batch that would normally make 800 lollipops.
You got it.
It's gonna be some big lollipops.
33 pounds of corn syrup, a fistful of flaked coconut oil, and a gallon of water round out the candy base.
All right, now we've lit the ceremonial birthday candle. Let's make some cake.
Let's do it.
Takes about 35 minutes and a lot of stirring before this sweet soup reaches a scalding 325 degrees.
The sweet hot mixture is poured onto a confectionery table, where it gets an extra punch of flavor, courtesy of crushed up candy from a previous batch.
Right now we're still at 325 and it's gonna melt down the hard candy. Let's add some color here.
Now these are all the different colors that are gonna be in our birthday lollipop.
You got it.
It's actually like we're frosting a birthday cake.
So now we're gonna cut it.
These are 2 parts of our birthday cake lollipop. This is gonna be the cake, and this is gonna be the frosting.
We have all these different color stripes. And we're gonna kind of separate them out.
So you're actually just cutting out the individual layers of color.
Exactly.
To bring the stripes to life, Cammie stretches the candy on a puller.
It's like candy thread.
Between the air being incorporated and the plastic bars along with my cotton gloves, it's creating an awesome shine.
The cotton gloves actually affect the sheen of the candy.
They do. It's almost like it's buffing.
These aren't just for heat resistance, they're candy buffers.
But it's the center of the lollipop ribbon that holds all the scrumptious cake flavor.
This is the birthday cake flavor.
This is the birthday cake flavor. Can you smell it?
As soon as the flavor hit the hot candy, it started smelling like a cake was baking in the oven.
The lollipop looks like one rolled up ribbon of candy, but it's actually made up of 2 parts, the flavorful center and its striped covering called the jacket.
Look at that.
I think my grandma made me a blanket like this once.
You're gonna take this half of your jacket and you're gonna fold it up like this till the white matches the green.
Now it's off to a special heated batch roller.
This is actually gonna keep the candy round. It's gonna get it hot enough so we can pull it.
So just like any other cake, our birthday cake has to go in the oven.
As my search for candy kebabs continues, I discover a whole new way to enjoy the spicy kick of chai.
I mean, it's like a chai tea.
And find out what it takes to finish a 5-pound lolly. I'm at Hammond's Candies in Denver, Colorado, where when it comes to lollipops, their motto is go big or go home. Have you ever seen a lollipop this big before?
Never.
While my Colossal Pop cooks, I get a crash course in one of Hammond's other hard candy creations, chai cocoa stirs. These sweet sticks start with cane and inverted sugars mixed with cream of tartar for a smoother texture. The cooked candy base cools and is divided into 2 portions, one for flavor, one for color.
So I got a little bit of a candy pizza pie working here.
Perfect. You're gonna keep this color in the middle.
So I have to keep folding it and keeping that color in there until it's perfectly kneaded throughout the dough.
I'm gonna actually put this on the puller. We're gonna add the flavor to this. This is a chai flavor mixed with glycerin. The glycerin actually carries the flavor so that it's spread throughout the piece of candy, but it also keeps the piece of candy smooth.
Once the flavor portion of the candy stick is stretched, it is wrapped in stripes of color and heads for the sizer.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna size this. By the time it's done, it's about 3/4 of an inch.
So we're just making like 20 feet long strips of candy right now.
Exactly. We're gonna cut those about 5.5, 6 inches.
You can see all the different air holes in there. It's all porous.
It's very porous. You can definitely sweeten your beverage with it or sip through it like a straw.
It works. Yeah, it's yummy.
It actually tastes like the candy version of a chai latte.
Time to blow out the candles on my giant birthday cake lollipop.
Whoa! Looks like a giant candy cane now. The vertical stripes are all starting to make that classic lollipop swirl.
Instead of the mechanical sizer used to make the chai cocoa stirs, this lollipop thread takes shape the old-fashioned way.
I'm pushing and pulling at the same time. What this is doing is getting it about 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter.
I can't believe you're doing this all by hand.
So there's our first piece. Twist that.
So this is a 1-pound lollipop here. This is only 1/5 of what we're building. So if we were to unspool this lollipop, we're talking about 25 feet of candy.
Oh, yeah. And you're gonna put your stick in right here.
It's definitely the largest lollipop I've ever made.
Awesome.
But does its flavor measure up to its size?
So do you think you could eat this whole lollipop?
How does that taste?
It's fantastic. You taste the vanilla and the butter, and it really tastes like birthday cake, but as a lollipop. You might really feel like a kid in a candy store.
Caramel apples coated in crazy candy toppings, decadent portable pies covered in creamy chocolate, and lollipops the size of stop signs. With so many ways to enjoy confections on a stick, why grow up when you could be a kid in a candy store?